We're here to talk about how ERGs can stay resilient amid legislative rollbacks and corporate DEI cutbacks, which I think you're all experiencing some of, or at least. And the first question for everybody, and whoever wants to answer first, what are the biggest challenges ERGs are facing today with corporate DEI cutbacks and shifting political landscapes? And sort of a sub-question, can building external partnerships with community organizations help, internal corporate DEI or ERG efforts? So just what are the challenges and what are the external resources maybe that can help mitigate some of that?
Okay, well, I have the mic, so I'll go first. I think it is no lie that there's a lot going on in our world globally and right here in Boston. And I think the biggest thing that we often lose sight of when a lot is going on politically is what we can actually control. And so one of the things that we always push at HarborVest and every company I've been a part of is, what are our controllables? What is the culture that we've built? How can we ensure that our people that we have feel included, feel protected, and what is their experience when they leave our office, right? And to what extent can we support that? And I think just starting there reminds you of how much more power we have collectively than not, because it's easy to get caught up in the news cycle of the things we don't have in our control. So I'll start there.
We try to stay present as much as possible at Mass General. We're there for the patients and for the employees. So it's not that expensive for us to have a table in the hallway and give out candy, and infectious disease comes and gives condoms. It was National Health Week back in early April, if I'm not mistaken. So just to be present, and then sort of after work, go after work to the restaurant across the way, buy your own beverage, just chat what's on your mind, what great ideas do you have, and then funding, I don't want to funding is another thing. Like, we used to have a 5-figure budget, not a big 5-figure budget, but now that budget is 0. So we're on an sort of ad hoc, like, event at a time approval. So, and then we spent hours putting together a yearly action plan with budget and everything that was attached, and basically that was just thrown into the shredder. So.
Actually, on the point of budget, because I believe the second part of that question was around external partnerships, right. And I would say that we've really looked at our partnerships in a symbiotic way. How can we help you all in your longevity and with the missions you're trying to accomplish, and how can you reinforce, the engagement and the morale that our teams might be missing out on right now? I'm going to give a not-so-subtle shout-out to PIOW. Last year, we engaged them with a commitment workshop with our executive leadership team, making sure that they were aware of why it is so important to show up for our queer employees.